Oke, Inggris lah, masa ya bahasa ini. Oke, masuk kan mau Ricky. Ada sesuatu game yang gue pengen cek juga nih, dan ini game visual novel juga tapi horor, dan gue suka dengan artnya gue rasa. Oh tiba-tiba ininya begini loh, widescreennya. The pain when it hits me is intense. It comes on so suddenly I feel like I'm going to be sick. It hurts more than I thought it would. It hurts more than I can endure. It hurts. But then the miracle happens. My vision turns white. My lungs space in one lies. I split gaps. And then there's nothing. I'm finally free. I thought I would be scared, which is why I tremble so much, but I think I'm getting used to it now. It's not that bad, really. Not existing. There are worse things you can do than disappear. Hey, Ayum, can you hear me? Please tell me you can hear me. Wake up. You have to wake up. Don't do this to me. Ayumu. It sounds like somebody calling out to me. I can hear her voice, high and anxious, living through my comfortable, cozy state of non-existence. My head is starting to hurt again. What's going on? So di sini gue bahkan ya ini cewek gue pacar gue. I open my eyes slowly, crookily, and glance upwards. Somebody standing by my beside, somebody I don't know. She has long, fair hair tied into a ponytail, and she wearing clothes which I suppose are fairly fashionable. As far as her appearance goes, she's quite cute, and it doesn't hurt that her face is so sweet either. Her eyes are very wide, her iris indigo, and her nose is small and snub. Her lips are pale pink like cherry blossom, and they are part in what I suppose in concern. Her skin, ayolah jangan pakai ini. Gue udah lihat, udah kelihatan nggak perlu jelasin. Gue punya mata di sini ketika iya, lu nggak perlu jelasin. Gue udah tahu. Si Harley in her reverse blouse and her high waist, si Harley looks human. Her facial features are all too perfectly arranged. Ya udah dia perfect, cewek perfect. Kenapa sih? I can see a single glimpse on her skin. It's almost too pretty. Ya udah. What is a girl like this doing in my apartment? I feel dazed, and the girl's breath exclamation of relief when I open my eyes just little to reassure me this isn't a dream. Oh, thank goodness! I'm so glad you're finally awake. You were out for hours, Ayumu. I'm so worried. I don't know her name, but she knows. She seems to know mine. Are we friends then? We must be more than acquaintances, given the familiar way she's talking to me. You know what? Kata saya dulu aja. I don't remember having any friends like her though. I don't remember having any friends at all. Lu saking wibunya gak punya teman gitu. Wasn't that why Uh, no, I better not think about that. Mine is starting to hurt again. I'm sorry, but this is kind of a lot. What's going on? Oh, you poor thing. You must be sick of you have to ask that. I'm sick? You are. You're very, very sick. Your temperature was almost 38 degrees when I last checked. You were passed out when I came here, and that was. I said it was about 2 hours ago. I keep myself busy, Satan, cleaning this place up, but I was very worried about you. I'm glad that you decided to call me this morning. I had to think of you suffering on your own. You were so hot, I was even thinking I might have to call the hospital. The hospital? I've been trying to disperse the white hazy spots which are flickering in front of my vision. My apartment is shifting, and so is the girl's concerned face. It feels a bit like my reality is being filtered through my own artificial flyer. Everything keeps jittering. Am I really that sick? You look pretty sick, yeah, though you haven't actually been sick. Thank goodness, that's a relief. It seems like your fever may be breaking now, though you seem pretty lucid for the most part. Maybe I should test you though. How many fingers I'm holding up? Just the one. That's right, and now? Just one? Good, good. I'm glad there's no problem with your vision at least now. Now, what's your favorite food? Pork cutlet, I think. Gue suka makan babi. And your favorite book? There's like no series actually, but I love A Forest by Suchimeru. Right, on your birthday? That's October 6th, I think. Very good. And my birthday? That is, crap, I don't know the answer to this. Now that this so gives us too much of surprise. I'm supposed to know this girl birthday when I don't even know her name. I've wondered this for a few moments, my expression contradicting. The girl must see my obvious distress because eventually she takes pity on me. Silly, you heroes been so bad with birthday. My birthday is only a few days before yours, on October 1st. Don't forget it, right? Maybe you have to make note of it and make come to an end later. Oke, gue bakal uh, inget itu, notepad. Notepad, notepad. Oke, tanggal 1 Oktober. Gue ingetin itu. Karena ini berhubungan dengan kayaknya sih kayak di doki-doki literatur. When exactly? When you want to buy me birthday present, for being such a great girlfriend. The girl giggled. And what about my name? Don't tell me you've forgotten that too. Your is here that I begin to struggle. I thought I might respond this girl the more time passed, but we've been talking for a few months and that still really hasn't happened. I can recall her name for the life of me. Isn't even on the tip of my tongue. Hmm, the girl frowns. Well, that's not good. I thought you were on the man, but maybe I was jumping the gun. I mean, jeez. Imagine forgetting your own girlfriend. Huh? Well, that's a surprise if I ever heard one. You're my girlfriend? That's right, I'm Nagi. And we've been together for a month already. We were talking to each other for longer than that, though, of course. Nagi, okay. We only been going out for a little bit, but I thought you recall at least that much. Nagi pemain bola di Blue Lock. I thought it was special to you, Ayumu. Oh great, now she pointed at me, and it's quite effective actually. What should I do? Reassure her. You're special to me. You're pretty special, I'm sure. I just feel a little mixed up now, is all. Might is killing me. Well, so long as you're sorry, it's to be expected. I guess that you'll be a little confused since you have such a high fever. Would you like me to fetch you any ibuprofen? What about some water? No, don't go out of your way, I'm sorry, leave. You better. If you don't, then I will. Well, let's not worry about it right now, man. Okay, Is berubah tiba-tiba. I think you need to sleep now more than anything. Do you want to get some more shut-eye? Do you mind? Well, it might be rude inviting you over than spending the whole time asleep. Oh, think nothing of it. I am here to help you. After all, and if sleeping will help you, which I think it will, and that's what you should do. Don't worry about me. You should be thinking about yourself right now, silly. Just like you here. Oh iya, gua ganti gambarnya dulu ya, kamera gua karena kamera gua di sini nutupin persenannya itu. Bentar ya, kita save dulu aja takutnya gua ntar salah mencet. I'm not going to live until we get that fever of yours under control and that phone turned upside down. Oke, kita save dulu ya bentar ya, dan kita ganti kameranya. Oke, sekarang dari sebelah kanan kan ya, return. Dan seperti lihat di sini ada persenan. Ini kayaknya sih berhubungan. I'm not going to live, okay. Right. Like your voice is high pitched and hits me like a freight train is relentless. I'm not sure if listening to her smile is making me feel much better. My still stick aching. Though I suppose I press it or determined she is to cheer me up. I still can't quite recall having a girlfriend, especially not one this day photo. Well, whatever. I'm sick. I must be confused, like Nagi said. I shouldn't pay too much. I am. It's beginning to beat in the corners of my eyes. Evidently, my eyelids began to fall shut. I was so tired. Yes, that's right. Get some more sleep, Ayumu. Sleep as much as you like. I'm not going to leave you. I'll always be here to take care of you. I promise. Mungkin lo pikir gila ya, jujur aja sebenarnya gue suka cewek-cewek yandere. Kenapa? Karena menurut gue lebih bagus daripada tsundere. Kalau tsundere itu cewek-cewek labil yang menurut gue rese banget tau gak, rese tau gak, kayak cewek-cewek Indonesia. Cewek-cewek Indonesia itu adalah tipe-tipe tsundere. Tapi kalau yandere memang sih dia emang cukup gila, tapi hey, dia benar-benar membuktikan kalau dia memang cinta sama lo, dan lu hanya perlu bikin tenangin dia aja. Jadi misalkan nih udah yang jangan bunuh dia, yang beneran gue cinta malu lagi nih gini, dan dia bakalan luluh hatinya karena yang namanya juga Yandere emang bener-bener cinta malu gitu. Tapi ya kekurangan satu itu doang sih, lu jangan selingkuh gitu. Maksud gua lu ibu, lu nggak mungkin selingkuh kan, nyari cewek aja susah. Jadi kalau misalnya lu dapet cewek Yandere ya jadi lu nggak mungkin selingkuh kan gitu. Jadi ya, menurut gua sih Yandere sebenarnya bagus tau. I'm not sure how long I sleep for, but when I wake up I feel distantly groggy. I blink, I turn to this first the white spots that are scattered in front of my vision. The back of my head is pounding. I still feel out of it, regardless of how much I slept. This might be why the sight of the girl sitting at my bedside shocked me so much. It takes me a few moments before I realize that I've seen her before. She was sitting next to me the last time I woke up. She said her name was Nagi. That's right. It's good to see you're awake, Ayumu. You were out of it for ages. You really must be tired. Oh, that answered one question I had. I was wondering how long I've been asleep. I'm pretty tired, yeah. I look at my bedside table, searching for my digital alarm clock, but I can't find it. Okay, well, that's funny. I was sure I had a clock there. But I don't recall using it very much, not in the last few months at least. I didn't have any need for it. Did I throw it out? I don't remember doing that though. Oke, enggak, gue tetap suka Yandere, serius. Maksud gue, lu bisa, gue tahu dia Yandere tuh gila apa, cuman lu masih bisa inin dia gitu ngetikan, karena kan nama juga dia cinta malu ya, lu bisa merubah apa sih namanya, dia bakal ngikutin kata-kata lo gitu ngetikan. Ya yang penting lu bisa ngeluluhin hati dia gitu. I don't remember much of anything. Oh, lagi was I've noticed my expression twisting because she frowns. Something bothering you? You're not in any pain, are you? No, I'm fine. I just wanted to know what time it was, if you know. Time, I think it's about midday. You got at 9, but you've been sleeping the last 3 hours. 3 hours? It's quite a lot. Yeah, you were asleep for a while. Like I said, you poor thing. You've been not very low indeed, but don't worry. I'm not being hanging around doing nothing these last 3 hours. I actually made some rice porridge for you to serve your strength. Oh, bubur. You did? I don't see any rice porridge. I did, yeah. It's still in the kitchen. Let me warm it up for you. He rises to her feet, the hem of her skirt fluttering, then sets off. Heard the sound of distant clattering in the kitchen, pots and pans, and then the shuffle of returning footsteps. Maggie is wearing indoor slippers, so her feet don't make very much noise. Her footsteps are cushioned. I guess he doesn't want to get my floor dirty. Not that it matters. My floor is filthy, just like the rest of my room. It should be, at least, but my surrounding looks tighter than I remember. My alarm clock isn't the only thing I see that's gone missing while I've been asleep. Ta-da! There's Nagi is back on the scene. Nagi appears before me, less than 5 minutes after her departure. She's smiling brightly, and she's holding a tray. This is for you, Yumu. Eat up. On the tray, which Nagi is now thrusting at me, is a bowl of warm rice porridge, from which steam is gently exuding, and a cup of herbal tea. The rice porridge is milky white, and the tea is a translucent copper color. They both look nourishing, and they smell pretty good too. I can't see anything wrong with this food, not at a glance at least, but uh, I'm sh- I'm sure it's fine. If the food tastes as good as it looks, it will be delicious. Thank you, Managi. I smiled at my girlfriend and pick up my spoon. Maksud gua, gini aja lah. Lu pernah kepikiran gak sih? Lu bakal bersyukur banget misalkan lu bangun tidur dan lihat, wih ada cewek cantik dan dia bilang, gue ini pacar lo gini 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 gini. Kenapa lu nggak bersyukur sih? Maksud gua padahal walaupun lu inget tuh sebenarnya masa kok gak punya pacar, tapi kalau misalnya dia itu kayaknya sih bersyukur aja walaupun agak awkward ya, maksud gue memang sih lu siapa gitu awkward kan gitu, tapi kalau misalkan dia bilang dia pacar lu kan bersyukur banget kan. This looks great, I can't wait to dig in. It's no problem man, you don't need to thank me, I'm your girlfriend after all. It should be given that I look after you. I suppose it would, yeah. I dip my spoon into my porridge under Nagi watchful gaze, then bring it to my lips. I blow on it. Then I put the spoon in my mouth. So what do you think? Is it good? Mm-hmm. I let the parsley linger on my tongue for a few moments before swallowing. It shut down my throat easily, as I expected it would. It is rice porridge after all, and it's quite watery at that. Nagi must have made it like this on purpose so it would be easier for me to eat. It was very considerate of her. I'm not sure if I can handle any food that's too solid at the moment, given how unwell I feel. If I had to describe it on one word, it is pretty homey. It reminds me a little of my mother cooking actually. My mother used to make me pour rice porridge just like this when I was young, when I was too sick to go to school. It's like, it's all rather nostalgic. It's good, yeah. Thanks, Nagi. I'm glad to hear it. I know my cooking isn't the best, but I've been trying. I want to get better. All for your sake. No, why don't we finish it up? You gotta get a little more food in you. Aye, aye, Captain. I'm doing my best. I prefer nurse over Captain. That just sounds a little too nautical. But whatever, flush your bowl. Finish the rest of my porridge, then wash it down with a cup of herbal tea. The tea wasn't as hot as I was fearing, and it doesn't scald my tongue. It's quite soothing, in fact. I wonder what exactly is in that tea. Where did Nagi get it? I don't recall buying any loose leaves. I'm not a big tea drinker. Maybe she brought it over from her house. There we go. That wasn't so hard, was it? I felt proud of you, Ayumi. Nagi smiled at me angelically after I finished eating, as though I succeed in accomplishing a truly difficult task. Give it time to think, based on the way she carrying on. I just run a marathon with given how I feel right now. Not being a possibility. That words make a bruise through my strength, but there's no way in hell I'm ready to throw back my covers and start working out. But it was easy to eat your food. You're really good at cooking. Well, I don't know about that. There are better cooks out there than me, really. All I can really do is follow recipes. I'm not particularly gifted in the kitchen, but I've been working hard to make food that's worthy of you. Worthy of me, you say? Yeah, you're a great guy. She's pretty tall order, but I'm not gonna give in. I'm not there quite yet, but I'm sure I'm improve. Maggie flashed me a peace sign, then take my tray from my bed. I think she meant to take it to the kitchen, but instead she sets it on my bedside table and says, it's the least I can do for you. Really, given how hard you work. You need to eat a lot of healthy, nourishing food, and you need to get a lot of rest. Do you hear me, mister? Otherwise, you won't be able to finish the latest chapter of Crimson Fantasia by next Friday. Crimson Fantasy? Why do that name sound so familiar? I've sure heard of it before, but it's hard to place it. My brain feels so fuzzy. I've thought Nagi Respers will give me strength, but it's not having much of an effect. I still feel wretched. Yes, Crimson Fantasia. Fortunately, Nagi is with me, and she seems to know even more about me than I do, at the moment at least. I want to see what's going to happen, and I'm sure all of your other fans do too. The last chapter ended on such a cliffhanger. Gue penulis novel? I actually have to know what's going to happen to Aris. We can kill her off. No, not now she finally reunited with her sister. She barely had a chance to talk to Harmonia yet. There's so much left unspoken between the two of them, and Aris' factions are the coolest in the whole story. I'm really upset if she doesn't emerge from her escape with the Arcanist life. Alright, I can just run a bunch of impenetrable sounding cartoon names at me, but I think I'm beginning to see, long last, what she means. Crimson Fantasy is a web novel I've been working on during the last 3 months. I borrow a bit of inspiration from Tsuchime Rui's incredibly popular Forest series, but Crimson Fantasy is much darker. Crimson Fantasy stars an average Japanese boy called Haru who, through a series of unfortunate happenstance, winds up being reincarnated in a magical world called Grimo. Okay, isekai, bosen. Tapi kalau ya menarik gak masalah. Ada rasa gue nggak perlu cerita, gue nggak perlu tahu, gue nggak perlu tahu story itu serius. I know some fantasies an awful lot like Air Force based on this hypnosis, but I'm just painting in broad brushstrokes. They're not actually that light. Haru is enough forgiving as Suki is, for one thing. He has got a temper on him, something which Eris, who isn't shy or rhetoric, has to take him to task for. And there Eris herself. Like Air Forest, Princess Luluna. Gue nggak tahu ceritanya, udah jangan jangan bahas itu bisa guys. Gue pengen bahas si ceweknya ini kok bisa. To your side, Grim Reaper kah? I think it's fine. If Nagi knows about Crimson Fantasy, I suppose he must have read it. I wonder. Are you a fan of Crimson Fantasy, Nagi? Oh, you! What sort of question is that? It was an earnest one. My mind is still muddled. I can tell. I'm starting to worry that you've forgotten everything. I haven't forgotten about Crimson Fantasy or its fanbase. You like it as well, don't you? How can you ask that, you big dummy? I know you're trying to be modest. It's one of your most appealing traits, but you don't need to worry about that. Not around me. You should know by now that I don't just like Crimson Fantasy. I love it. Oh yeah? Yes, I'm his number one fan. And that's saying something given it become so popular. I was there first, however, before it became so big. I was leaving you supportive comments right from the very beginning on your blog. So we end up meeting, remember? That day you emailed me asking me out for a cafe. It was the most precious days of my life. Oh really? Kok gitu gue pengen jadi penulis juga biar bisa dapet pacar kok gitu. I was so excited. I thought my heart would burst. Like, for real? I feel like I was meeting a celebrity. And in a way, I guess you are. You got a big shot. Oh, it sounds plausible, but I have a few doubts. Is Crimson Fantasy that successful? Eh, Iya, gue inget apa kata si cewek ya lah. I was stubborn in the beginning, certainly, but Crimson Fantasy is rather successful now. I can admit, however, that in the early days of its publication, it has barely any readers. I was told myself that I was writing for nobody's says but my own, but it was difficult to keep my moral up during those days. I dreamed of becoming a professionally published like novel author, just like Suchi Mirui, were beginning to look desperately unobtainable. But she was always there. She commented on every single new capture of mine, even when I surpassed the fifth capture barrier. Her scream name was Nagiko. I remember it well because I always look forward to her feedback. Her comments were detailed, well considered, and earnest. She asked me a lot of questions about Crimson Fantasy world setting, their cut philosophies, and their developing relationship. I thought her enthusiasm was pretty cute. Well, I said she, but I never actually knew Nagiko's gender. I just assumed she was a girl based on her screen name. I can't remember sharing any private email with Nagiko, and I certainly can't remember meeting her in public. But if the smelling girl sitting at my sickbed is anybody, it makes sense that she would be Nagiko. Did I block up the courage to email her after? If so, that's pretty impressive. Go me. I'm not socially awkward as I thought. So if you're Nagiko, I can feel my thought wiring inside my head like clockwork. Putting this together is quite a struggle. That must mean that you really are my girlfriend then. Yes, that's right. What else will I be? Silly Ayumu. I'm your girlfriend and I love you lots and lots. Aw, I love you so much. In fact, I'm gonna do my best to nurse you back into tip-top fashion. Or my name is Inagi, and it looks like you could use it too. And now, let's see how your temperature doing. Nagi leans in, then press her forehead against mine. Lips are very close to my own. To such a degree I can help but think about kissing her. Nagi peers into my eyes curiously. Her face pressed perilously close, while I, not knowing what else to do, sit there feeling like a stone statue. I was hot already, thanks to my fever, but I feel even hotter now. My palms are starting to sweat. I can feel Nagi breath against my cheek. It's very soft and talk and I'm being silly. I felt quantifiably different to my own wonder, everyday breathing somehow. Something about Nagi irrefutable familiarness is amping this interaction up to 11. Why am I shaking so much? The forest like ice against mine. I might as well be pressing myself against a window pane in the winter. Somewhat run through Nagi face. She looks so perfect. I won't be wholly unsurprised. She's so pretty, she might as well be made of plastic. You do feel pretty warm, yeah. I guess there's nothing else for you. You have to go back to bed, mister. Is that an order? It was more a request, really. I can order you around. However, if you're into that, should Nurse Nagi tell you to lie back down on the double? You could, yeah. What if I refuse though? Then I have to give you an injection. That's what naughty boys who don't listen to their nurses deserve. You don't want me to hurt you, do you? I don't like joking, but that costly voice you talk about hurting me makes me flinch. It was back memorize. Oh, what the hell? I remember. But no, it was just a bad dream. I don't want to think about it. Perhaps I will be better off sleeping after all. Save lagi. Inilah kenapa kita harus perlu baik save. Tahu, gue cek dulu. Oke, kita lanjut lagi. Go to sleep. Lie down. You know best. I don't want to make you worry, so lie on and lie down in bed as a mild child. I do what you say. It'd be rude of me not to listen to my nurse. Yes, that's right. Bad patient with black hearts disobey their nurse. But I know you're not a bad patient. You've always been very sweet. That's why I like you so much. Now that's interesting. I smile at Nagi. Vaguely, drug eyelids which are already starting to fall short. I thought you said you were my nurse. I am your nurse. I'm nursing you, after all. What else would I be? What is the thing? I realized it until I lay my head on my pillow and discovered how soft it is. But I really am tired. I thought you were also my girlfriend. I'm that too. I can be both, can I? Isn't that a bit unprofessional of you? It is. Duh. Nurses aren't supposed to date their patient. I'm sure they have to sign some sort of waiver. You might get in trouble if news of our sordid affair comes to light. Oh, there's nothing sordid about me being in love with you. My feelings are very pure. You can say that to me till the cows come home. But it's your supervisor you have to convince. And probably a court of law too. Would I get sent to prison for falling for you? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe it depends on how sick I am. Well, that's not fair. I hadn't considered that. It seems awful cruel that the world would conspire to keep us apart. So you just need to stay here, Ayumu, with me for all eternity. That why nobody know I'm floating the law, and I never have to lose my medical license, and I never have to lose you. I can keep on loving you, and looking after you, forever and ever. How does that sound? That might not be such a bad deal, actually. You think so? Like it titters. I'm glad to hear it. If that was what you want, then that's what you get. Your cute nurse Nagi will be on the clock 24/7, so you got nothing to worry about. Just keep it to sleep. Rest you where you have. I'll be here for you. And I never ever leave you. My voice is softly hypnotic. I can fight against it. She has me in her triumph. The lids which were already dropping fast shut. And in a quiet, understand sort of way, I fell into a deep, dreamless sleep. I think I can hear somebody calling out me, albeit vaguely. Ayumu? But their voice is so distant, it may as well be emanating from another planet. I don't need anybody else but Nagi. I don't know anybody else but Nagi. I just want to fall asleep. And I never ever want to wake up. So gue mati nih, tidur terus nih. What? What the hell? So itu bad ending lah? Kayaknya itu bad ending. I don't know. Kalau gitu jangan tidur. Kalau gitu jangan tidur. Kayaknya sih gue mati tadi itu. No, it's alright. I do sleep a lot. I don't think I'm ready to snooze 40 wings just yet. Are you sure? You'll never be able to shake the sickness if you don't get enough rest. I'm worried about you. Like it's burned into mine. You look very large, almost passing in a way and I swallow. I could get lost in those eyes if I let myself. I don't want to let my self-acquaintance down, but no, it's fine. I appreciate you worry, but I'm a grown man. I can look after myself, more or less. You say that, but I know better. I beg your pardon. Now that was an unexpected harsh tone. Does Nagi have some dirt on me or something? You heard what I said. I do okay. You say you can look after yourself, but who's the one who let his shower get out growthy, huh? Who's the one who left that huge block of potatoes your parents shipped you from the countries, countries sat under your bed for months and months, till they start sprouting fillers? Who's the one who never cooks and on the rare occasion he tries, he peels his fingers or gets excel in his omelets, huh? Aduh, oke gue diomelin nih. Who could that be, Ayumu? I'm sure I have no idea. Well, shit. I didn't know Nagiface could do that. She does look like very cute now, in the midst of chewing me out. Maybe I deserve it? I am a disaster of human after all. I am sorry, Nagi, and I'm pretty awful at looking after myself. No, you didn't say. I'm glad that I have you around to clean up after me. Really, I am. I appreciate everything you've done for me. You're too good to me. What, really? You remember everything now? Not entirely, no. I can remember the way my apartment used to look, though. This was something of a squalid hellhole, and that's being rude to squalid hellholes. If Nagi the one who will painstakingly sweep my floor clean of empty soda bottles, junk food wipers, and one clothes, then she even better than a girlfriend. She must be some kind of goddess. I remember that you done a lot for me. Yeah, I know. You're always putting me first, which is very sweet of you. You don't have to worry about me right now, though. I'm running a bit of a fever, sure, but it's not that serious. I'm not about to die. You don't need to keep me in bed running the clock. So you say, but I'm afraid if I don't keep the class on you, you start pushing yourself too hard. That's why you need to rest. I'll be fine. Simply being with you is restful enough. Um, Nagi stammers then bruises. I don't think the corny line will actually work on her, so I'm pretty surprised. And I've written much more romantic lines in the past. In Crimson Fantasia, in the quieter, more serious scenes, exchanged between Haru and Eris. I don't have much experience with relationship, at least until I met Nagi. So working on those scenes always took me a while. It was like pulling teeth, only it was even more excruciating. I can't think of anything worse than making clueless friggin' work romance scenes. Are you sure about that, Ayumi? I'm quite sure. I'm getting tired of staying in bed actually. It's starting to make me feel a little bit insane. So why don't you let me help out? You took time making the rice porridge for me, so I might as well do the washing up. Wouldn't that be fair? I hate washing up, and also chore in general, but it seems important that I volunteer my service to Nagi. I don't want her to think I'm a complete waste of space. Nagi, however, doesn't seem to impressed by my suggestion. She doesn't thank me. Instead, she touch. Don't be silly. You're much too tired to wash dishes. I'm tired, but I'm not that tired. I can handle a few of the chores. You may be able to handle it, but that doesn't mean you should. You have to leave everything to me. That's why I came here, dummy. I need to look after you, so you can recuperate as much as you want. You will still be sleeping. But if you're really not tired, maybe you can sit in the kitchen with me while I do the washing. We can talk if you want. Oh, sure, yeah, yeah. You can tell me about the latest plot development you have in mind for Crimson Fantasia. It'll be fun. It's not a good idea, I guess. It's sure best staying in bed all day. Long missing. Are you sure you want to hear about the next chapter, though? You don't want me to spoil it, do you? I don't mind. You always bounce plot ideas around with me. It's nothing new. Do I need? I can say I recall that. Then again, I don't recall much of anything. I still don't question it. Right, let's do that. Yay! Let me get started on the dishes then. You can come with Ayumu. I'm really pumped to see how Eris is going to get out of this one. Nagi helps me out of bed with all the consideration you make you an elderly grandparent. Her right arm snakes around my waist and her chest is against my side. Oh, kita bisa ngerasain opainya nih. She close enough to me that I can feel her hair on my cheek. Cium dong. Let Nagil lead me to the kitchen. After that, actually, I don't think I'm so very sick that I really need her help. The thoughtful nose is appreciated too, she being very gentle. Nagi settled me down at the table, then turns to the sink. She turns at the tap deeply, in a way that suggests a familiarity with my kitchen and says to her. The water cascades against the basins of the sink in a regular manner, like rainwater down a gutter. Nagi begins to hum to herself as she wakes up. It's like hitting sort of a hum, something distinctly melodic. All the while, the pot in the sink begins to fill with water. I watch, captivated, as this water bursts its banks, and spill over the set of the pot and into the plug hole. Nagi continued her walk like this for a brief while, unimpeachable before she speaks up. So you move. Nagi glanced at me for over her shoulders, smiling. What's going to happen in the next chapter of Crimson Fantasia? Inquiring minds are simply desperate to know. Aris was in a pretty trick spot when chapter 63 left off. Looking Candy Daisy. I can see how she's going to fake her way out of this, but when Haru been detained, there's no way you can kill her off though. She's much too important. I wasn't planning to kill Aris now. She's a central part of the story. With her, Haru will be totally lost. He relies on her a lot, just like she relies on him. They're pretty codependent. Well, I know that much. The relationship is pretty cute. Really, even if Aris is too proud to say that she likes him. It's another reason why she can die here. I won't accept it. She has to at least confess to Haru first. Otherwise, all that work you put into establishing the relationship will be for nothing. Of course, I consider that too. I don't want the conclusion of Haru and Aris' romance arc to be satisfying. I still have a lot of plans for Aris. Her story isn't even really over yet. I'm glad to hear it, but I'm not gonna escape it. She won't get at least when power up, will she? No, I don't think. That'd be a bit too cliche. I was thinking of having Harmony rescue her, actually. Oh, that's a great way to reestablish their relationship. I know Harmonia wanted to get to know her sister better, but she never really had the chance. She's too busy with all that princessy stuff, and anyway, Iris is also alive. I just had to learn to set their differences aside, though. I don't think she'd ever be happy otherwise. I agree with you there. Yeah, I want to give Aris and Harmonia a chance to make up with an 100 properly, and having Harmonia save Aris from life or death situations is the best way to go about it. Harmonia will probably feel obliged to act. In any case, given Aris and her twin sister, she felt guilty ever since Aris was cast out of the place because of the silly property. Oke, gue nggak perlu tahu ceritanya. You are? Yeah, it seems a bit terrified. I guess you know there's a similar scene with Astra and Cornelia in Elf Forest, and well, Harmonia is princess, and her parents are very overprotective. They never let her leave the castle. She was only able to sneak out before because she was disguised, but her gods captured her and brought her back. Her parents know about her old escape route. It'd be even harder for her to get away. I'm not sure if Harmonia will be able to escape the confines of her chamber to see her sister, and even if she did, will she really be able to stop the Arcanist? Harmonia knows a bit of magic, but she nowhere near as strong as Ares. In a battle, she'd probably be an hindrance. Maybe, in a normal fight, she'll be standing up for her own sister though. I thought they'd give her a boost. I guess it doesn't really solve the initial problem, however, of getting her to fight in the first place. Oh, it's fine, I'm sure you'll be able to figure something out by you. You're a genius after all. I think genius is overselling me a little bit. And I don't think it's selling you enough. You've written a lot of Crimson Fantasy, and it's just a short space of time too. And I think it's all super impressive. The characters are so lifelike. They feel just like real people, especially Haru and Aris. They have so much depth. They have so many hopes and dreams. And the factions are really cool too. If anybody can think of satisfying conclusion to this arc, I'm sure you can. I mean, obviously, you can. You're the one who invented this whole new universe. I guess. I reply when it comes in is non-committal. I present Nagi super good. Ini kalau tidur bad ending jadi ya kita timpa aja. It's a bit embarrassing. As much as I present Nagi kindness, I'm not used to being complimented like this, not to my face at least. It's making me feel decidedly flushed. I can feel my cheek turning red and my head is starting to ache again. Ache again. All of a sudden I feel disoriented. Am I right? Ayumu? Mau dipegang pisau? Nagi looks at me, her brow crisp with concern. She's still standing by the sink, and in one hand she holding quite a sharp, hefty knife. She must have been in the middle of cleaning it, because the silvery bed of the knife is damp with water. The clear, crystalline droplets of water roll down the shaft of the knife and pull at the junction where the blade meets the handle. The finger are wet, and so is the front of her loose. I was a strong, feel like droplets roll off the knife and falter off the air. It's almost hypnotic. I find myself staring at the sharp blade of Nagi knife, the water that trickling down it until my head begins to ache. A dull buzzing sounds fill my skull. I feel like I'm on the brink of remembering something, but Ayumu? Looking worried now, Nagi casts the knife into the sink, where it lands with the door. Metallic clatter and rushes over to me. She rests her hands on either side of my chair, effectively facing me in, and leans towards me, her damn chest inches away from my own. Ayumu, are you right? I look at Nagi dazedly. Her face is inches away from my own. Her eyes really are huge. All of a sudden, everything feels like too much. The walls in my kitchen are cramped, claustrophobic. It feels like they're closing in on me. Claustrophobic itu apa? Artinya dia takut dengan sinterklas. Aku sinterklas. I can breathe. I close my eyes, squeezing them shut in an attempt to steady myself. I inhale slowly, then exhale. I smell moldy and mildew. I smell decomposing food on wet clothes and the scent of dirty skin. I smell copper, rust, and blood. What? My eyes are beating inside my skull, in tandem with my heart. My stomach's gone. I feel like I'm going to vomit. Ayumu? But the moment passes. My eyelids flicker open and once again, and my eyes meet Nagi, so full of concern, practically pregnant with it, that I feel guilty for worrying her. Some boyfriend I am. I'm sorry. I just feel a little lightheaded this up, but I'm fine now. You don't need to worry about me. Well, of course I'm going to worry about you. I care about you. I don't want to act awkward and all, but you don't need to put on a front around me. I can see right through you. You're feeling sick again, aren't you? Maybe a little. I knew it. Nagi sighed. You guys are all the same, I swear. You are so blonde-headed. You like to act out even when you're unwell, until it all gets too much and you can keep pretending. By that point, however, it's already too late. You're awful at asking for help. Let's get you settled again. Beneath your seats, and not have you over-exerting yourself, not on my watch. I'm actually feeling a little better since that strange experience I had, but I hope nothing good will come from telling Nadia about this. I don't think she listened to me. She looked too annoyed. For a slender girl who isn't particularly tall, she's surprisingly strong. Alright, you know best. I don't want to make my nurse worry, so I try to take better care of myself. See to it that you do. I can help, but there's only so much I can do. Sit there stern rebuke to that Nagi helped me to my feet. She guides me back to my bedroom, her left arm wound about my waist to steady me. I let her walk to my bedside and I let her sit me down. She pulls back my covers in one deft, smooth movement, a bit like a magician, and obediently I lay on my back. There, that's much better. Just be safe now, Ayumu. So don't fret. I'm going to keep a really close eye on you, see? I'm not going to let anybody hurt you. Not while I'm around. Not even you. Nagi giggled to herself, then bent her long hair cascading over her slender shoulder. It was like she reaching for something, but what? I was on my introspective decision much else to wash in my small bedroom, which has been scrubbed clean. As Nagi retrieved a mysterious object from the ground, swollen, whatever it is, compressed of numerous pastels, baby blues and pale pinks. Shapes is strength and indeterminate, immutable, almost, and I can quite place what it's supposed to be. In Nagi fingers, she's holding a pair of spike implement which, if it's anywhere so blunt, maybe good ways to torture somebody. I know what they could be. Hey Nagi, what's that? All this? I just thought I'd do some knitting. It's one of my hobbies. My hobbies? Do you know that? I'm not sure, but I probably should. I hope this isn't bothering you. No, it's fine. I don't mind. Please feel free. It's what I like to hear. I do some knitting then. Would you lay down? Do you want to have a nap? No, just yet. I'm not tired. Are you sure? Look a little drowsy to me, but if you're not ready to nod off just yet, I suppose I can turn the TV on. I don't know what's early right now, but this will be more interesting than staring at the walls or at watching me knit. I think watching Nagin is pretty interesting myself. She flew dexterous with her fingers which are long and slender, almost like needles themselves. A shiverance of my spine and a nerve. I goes away from Nagi. So like Nagi finger was different from my own, even if her skin is paler, but they don't look quite right. They remind me of her dolls. Do they have too many joints? That's ridiculous though, surely. Are you moving something wrong? No, I'm fine. Let's see what's on the TV, shall we? That sounds like a plan to me. Iya, aku nggak perlu tahu, nanya-lain aja. Because the second picture made me feel seasick. I think I can enter that right now. I feel so sick already. I hope the old TV will be able to make this much worse. I give the stroke channel idly, press the news, which seems to be too depressing, and some documentary about lions on the Serengeti, which she says is too violent until she settled on some kids cartoon. It seems to be magical girl show based on the design of the character. The main case is compressed, ya udah, nggak perlu dijelasin. I'm a bit like Nagi homemade rice porridge. It's not like into kiddies. I'm not really into kiddie stuff like this, but I can deal with it. Is this alright, Ayumu? It's fine, I guess. Still be able to distract me from my sickness, if nothing else. I wish the screen wasn't flickering so much though. Good. Let's leave this on then. I'm pretty fond of this series actually. You are? Yeah, because I love magical girls. I was really into this stuff when I was a kid. I wanted to be a magical warrior myself one day. I wanted to save the whole world with the power of love. I even wrote that on my career survey back in first grade. I think my teacher was a bit bemused, but what did they expect? It's what all little girls want to be. So how did that go? Were you able to make your dreams come true? Well, none of my wishes on shooting star have come true just yet. I still haven't met my own fairy, and I haven't been given a transformation item. I did figure, however, that I don't need to save the whole world. That'd be quite undertaking. My love might be boundless, but my energy isn't. It can be everywhere at once. Konagi knitting needles, clack clack. But I can be by your side. That's all I want, really. Are you going to be my magical girl? Oh, well, why not? It seems like a worthy challenge, especially since you're so bad at looking after yourself. Hey, was that really necessary? I was very in love and what are you more? Anyway, you know I'm right. You were in really best taste before you met me. I'm worried what might happen to you if we must stop dating. But we don't need to worry about that because I'm here and must be here. So that's what magical girls do. I thought you were my nurse though. Is nothing stopping me from being a magical nurse? I guess not, no. I wonder what that would look like. Me too. And I have to sketch an idea. The idea. You can draw? You know I can draw, silly. We didn't send you out that fun art of Aries. Good boy. I can remember that, at least. The art that Nankiko sent me, of her renditions of Crimson Fantasia main character, was very precious to me. It's meant to impression. Nobody else had ever drawn me art of my own character, not before, nor after. I was so late when I received those drawings. I couldn't stop smiling. I was on cloud nine for the whole day. If anybody had seen me, they probably would have thought that I looked creepy. And maybe I did. Itu alarm gua tenang aja. I didn't care though. That was the first time I ever felt so happy. Someone feeling floats my stomach once more, most as content I look back at the television set. This episode looked to be important. The magical girl, yeah. Is this the season final? An episode for me to start on. I have to save. I will not give up our dreams. Oke, gue gak perlu tahu tentang ceritanya. Gue cuma pengen tahu cerita si Nagi atau sama lu. Atau lu aja, Yung. The regular clack 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 of our needles act as a backdrop to the action on screen. It's quite soothing sound, mixed with the sounds of my own breathing, the irregular static of the television set. My eyelids began to drop. I think I must have begun at some point to drift off. But I'm swiftly snapped back into consciousness by a sense of ours. Electronic beeps. This sounds familiar. Is that my phone? Somebody must be trying to call me. I clearly forgot when I was looking for a clock killer, but my phone is as tense has slipped my mind. I can hear my phone ringing, however, not that I can feel it vibrating against my upper thigh. I'm surprised I could have evaded my attention for so long. I didn't think to check it either. I reached to my pocket, my finger crawled about my phone, but before I can retrieve it, Nagi looks at me and says, "Ignore that." Oh, okay. Huh? Look at Nagi nonplussed. What's the matter? The infernal buzzing is the matter. Don't bother with your phone, Ayumu. I don't believe in anything important. So send it over to me as a good boy. You too sick to take any calls right now. But nothing. Okay. Nagi face distorts, but it lasts only an instant. She inhales. As she says very calmly, I'm saying this for your own good, Ayumu. Don't look at me like that. I would never ever do anything to hurt you. She sounds pretty insistent about this, but then again, she does the mystery color. Who's less? Hasn't hang up. My phone is still buzzing in my pocket. I can feel it shuddering against the finger of my right hand as I press against it. It would be easy to take my phone out of my pocket and answer it, but it would be equally easy to hand my hand over to Nike. She seems to work up about this for some reason, which is escaping me, but I don't want to upset her. She's doing this for my sake after all. What should I do? Oke, kita punya tempat save baru kan, Tar? Gue takut dibunuh, so I'm curious about who's trying to call me, but I don't think I want to risk upsetting Nagi. She has been doing her best to take care of me. Like she said, ignoring her wishes now won't be a very nice way to repay her. And I reason with myself, I can always call this person back later if they want to tell me something important. For the moment, however, I'll probably be better off without any external distraction. I could try to deal with the world. Sure thing. I fished my phone out of my pocket at long last, then hand it Nagi with complaint, but pausing to check even who bothered calling in the first place. It's not like I need to know the identity of a mysterious caller like this instead. It can wait. I'm too tired in any case to worry about it too much. I'm not really in the mood to talk. Thank you, Ayumu. I know you do the right thing. You're a very sensible boy. She like me, doesn't bother to look at who the color is. Maybe it doesn't matter. Am I thinking about this too much? Look over this for you, so you don't need to think about it. He pockets my phone for herself. I resume her position in the chair at my bedside, shifting among the cushions to make herself more comfortable. Now, are you going to go back to sleep? You look a little picky. I feel pretty picky. I'm so tired. They were drifting off earlier. Yeah, it's the same as somebody choose now. I will attempt to call you. People can be seen considerate. Don't they know that you're sick? I don't know that you mentioned it. I frowned. Probably not. No, I haven't spoken to anybody all day, other than you. Unless you told them for me. I did, yes. I called up your university on your behalf. Are you know? And your friends. They should all know that you're done for the count. You won't get in any trouble. Right, that's a relief. I'm glad this Nagi sounds so sensible. If I was on my own, I probably wouldn't think to call my university to tell them about my absence. I just refuse to show up. Wouldn't be the first time I miss out on my lectures. In fact, come to think of it, when was the last time I went to a lecture? I try to remember, but Serpent first my school. It feels like I've been scored. White hot pen flash, momentarily behind my eyelids and everything blurs. I'm so overcome, I have to squeeze my eyelids shut. And breathe in slowly, then breathe out. I do this 10 times until the pain subsides. I open my eyes as long as I see Nagi. Her face is creased with worry, and she frowning. Oh dear, it looks like you're still very poorly. You don't need some more ibuprofen, do you? Don't be too bad actually. Alright, I will get some for you. And a glass of water, too. This will help you wash it down. I'll be a minute. Maggie gets to her feet, abandoning her strength, shapeless, thing on the floor, and bustles off to the kitchen. I don't tell her where I keep my medicine or where I keep my cups, but I don't suppose I need to. I'm sure she stopped by my place numerous times in the past, being my girlfriend and everything. She'll be fine on her own. Some time passes, I don't know how much, which I spend starting at the cellar, picking up steps in the plane. A second trickle by, and then, alright, Miss Nagi is back on the scene. Nagi reports me, her footsteps soft and muffled like a cat in her indoor slippers. In one hand, she holding a glass of water, and the other she has a couple of white, featureless tables. Nagi dropped the table in my waiting palm, and I popped them into my mouth. The taste a little chalky, but they don't have any particular flavor otherwise. They're blandly inoffensive. I was the table down with the glass of water Nagi brought to me, to lie back down in bed. I feel bone tired now. There's nothing I want more than to sleep. You poor thing. Gently, very gently. Nagi presses palm against my forehead with feel fever, and give my hair an unruffle. We really have been through the war, so you know. Don't worry though. I'm not going anywhere. You can count on me. The sweet cadence of Nagi's voice, coupled with the soothing touch of her hand, is comfort. It soothes the residual aches inside my head, the aches that the ibuprofen can't quite manage to iron out. Nagi's phlegm is nice and cool. I guess that's because she was carrying the glass of cold water from the kitchen. Perhaps despairs the feverish has that settled above me. Her hands continue to stroke me over and over, as a mother might a small child. I feel like crisis. I'm becoming younger, feebler, needier. I don't want to become too dependent on her. There. Hi. But this really does feel good. With half-lidded eyes, I look up at my girlfriend, my goddess, and mumble. You promise you won't leave me. I promise. Why would I? I do love you, you know. That will never change. Nagi, I exhale. I can still feel her head against my hand. My skin is flushed with sweat. I end up it's very pleasant to touch, but Nagi doesn't run away from me. She said that she would stay with me. She promised. And I like to think that I can, at least believe her. maternal affection, and quickly slipped Rosa's forward to meet me. Rosa slowed and ampled under within seconds. Oke, so kali ini coba kita jawab. Nagim no, might not be very happy about this, but the contribution of my phone is making me wonder. I'll discover who calling me, at the very least, so I can determine whether it's something important. What if it's one of my lecturers from university wondering where I am? Granted though, that does make me feel a little sicker than I am already admit. But I don't think there's anything to be gained by avoiding this call. As with this talk in my mind, I extricate my phone from my pocket, then check who currently calling me. Something looking at the caller will shed some light on the situation, but it's a no number. It's not very helpful. It's really a scam call, but I might as well take it just to make sure. I set the call and pass my phone to my ear and addressed them. Hello, who is this? I met initially by the low home of static. I can hear anything on the other end of the line beyond a faint buzzing that sounds like flies, no matter how I try to strain my ears. Was this a waste of time? Hello, who is this? Try again. I'm setting my phone against my ear as though this may help. And the moment I do, I hear it. Somebody crying. They're crying my name. Ayumu, please, Ayumu. It's hard to identify the speaker, given that call is loaded with static, but their voice sounds familiar. It's a female voice that must, at least, I can discern. It's high-pitched and breathy, and it's so stricken. Ayumu, please wake up. Huh? What did they mean by that? Did I mishear them? That is so bad that not beyond the realm of possibility, but I think there's enough of that. Fornagir is out before I have a chance to formulate a reply and push my phone from behind. Mungkin gue lagi koma kali ya. Nanti kan lagi tengah-tengah ini kayaknya sih. I think I was gripped into my phone pretty tightly, but Nagi is able to wrest it from me without too much effort. Tight-lipped, Nagi looks down at the cellular calendar. She clicks her thumb. Let's hang up. What a waste of time. I stashed my phone in her skirt pocket, then plant her hands on her lips, on her hips. There's no answer that Ayumu. I thought you know to. You're not fit to talk to other people right now. And anyway, it's only upset you. What but Nagi? Look at Nagi and my girlfriend immediately. I can see my own expression, of course, but I can feel it twisting. I don't know who was calling, but they sounded really distressed. They were calling out to me. They told me to wake up. What do you think that means? It doesn't mean anything. It was just a prank. Don't pay it any heed. It was probably one of your friends at the university, playing pretend goodness. People can be so inconsiderate. They must have too much time on their hands. They think teasing you is a good use of their time. If I have a mind to pawn them back, give them a peace of my mind. But I don't want to give them the satisfaction they don't deserve it. Well, let's not talk about this anymore. Let's chat about your so-called friends together. Other people are annoying. Let's not worry about them, right? Right. I thought to forget about that thing. Good. I'm glad to hurry. The matter of mysterious color settled. A giggling Nagi returns to her knitting. Watch her. My head propped upon my pillows, and Nagi manipulates her needles. Stroke her post-pastel creation. Clack, 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 clack. So sunlight whispers through my window catches on the edge of the needles, so they seem to flash. The regular repetitive sound of Nagi needles put me in mind of cracking bones. Nagi looked content enough, putting over her knitting, but my own feeling of uneasiness remained. My stomach is charging again. What's going on here? I'm sure there's more to Nagi than what it might easily seem. Something more beyond her cute pom-pom earrings and her sweet-smelling face, but I can't think of what that something more might be. I don't know who she is, but maybe I'm afraid to know. I'm afraid to ask her. I want to hear the answer. I should just keep quiet. It's easier to pretend that everything is alright. I let the source of nagging knitting wash over me. Oh, tambah ini. And with sightless, menacing eyes, I threw my attention back to the television. Udah malam ya. Sometimes it's like this, I don't know how much, until Nagi eventually set her knitting down. She stretched, raising her slender arm above her head, and says, in a lilting sing-song, my, it's getting late. I must get carried away. I get to still look out of the windows, as do I. I don't realize it, being so engrossed in the TV screen and in the sound of Nagi knitting needles, but the day really has flown by. It's like azure blue beyond the panes of my windows when last I looked, but it's not now. Sky is pitch black. I suppose it's true what they say. Then plus when you're having fun. Are you having fun? I would I would thought you've been bored out of your mind, sitting with me all day. It can't have been that exciting. Oh no, you won't. What's that all? Being with you is never boring. You're my boyfriend after all, and I love you a lot. How could I ever find your company though? Possibly any company. We weren't even talking. We don't need to. Being with you is enough to make me happy, silly. Oh, is that so? Now you're telling me the truth then. Silly must love me. I guess he must love me enough for maybe I ought to trust her more. Now, like stressed, then raise her black skirts to see about her tie. And then smooth the fabric down absently beneath her arms. I should probably prepare some dinner for you, dear. You must be starving. Ah, ah. I realized it until Nagi said it, but she's right. The rice porridge I had earlier is all the food I had today. I'm similar hanger than I actually am. Let me see what you have in the fridge. Nagi headed off the kitchen, slipper soles impressing themselves almost seamlessly against the floor. At the sound of the kitchen door opening, and faraway rustle of activity. Imagine Nagi standing by the fridge, bathing its cold and unnatural light, a finger held to her chin and her brow furrowed in thought. What was she finding there? Was there nothing to find? I remember the last time I went to the first store. I'm surprised I had enough ingredients lying around for her to make the rice porridge. A few moments passed before I heard the faint sound of the kitchen door slamming. Like he was given up on her source for sustenance. Something was become readily apparent when she says, after materializing in the doorway, "There isn't very much in the fridge. Nothing at least. I can't really use. I think I'm going to have to go to the convenience store. You don't mind waiting a little for your dinner, do you, Ayumu?" "No, it's fine. I haven't taken a look at the inside of my fridge in a while, but I can imagine I give much more in there beyond maybe a couple of eggs, some sorts of plastic cheese, and some expired vegetables. I've been living in cup noodles mostly for the last few months. Those are rice crackers. You can't really go wrong with rice crackers. They don't make for the most nutritious of meals. I try not to be too long. I don't like leaving you. You'll be awake on your own, won't you?" "I'm sure I will. You don't need to force. I'm a child." "I know you're not, but sometimes you can be so petulant." "Am I feeling petulant right now?" "Well, maybe. You have to wait and see. Promise me you stay here, won't you? Be a good boy now." "Yeah, yeah, promise." "Hey, don't you yeah me, mister. I'm saying this, because I care about you. Don't make me angry. You were like me when I'm mad. Like your voice is light, but I can sense a threatening the current beneath her words. She sounds very invested in making me stay here. More, perhaps. A simple concern about my health might dictate. A silly thing and that frail. It seems like I'm going to turn into dust the moment I step outdoors. I'm not a vampire. That's what I like to tell her, but something about her expression stopped me short. It isn't the sort of expression I want to argue with. "Right, I stay here. You promise?" "That's right, I promise." "Good. I help you do that. Don't forget today. If you lie, I just have to make you swallow 100, 1,000 needles. Isn't it a little harsh?" No, it's fairly standard punishment. I think as far as these things go, and in any case, you will deserve it. You may be a wonderful boyfriend, but I won't absolve you of all your crimes. Kembali lagi, Unisnya. Lying is better, you know. It's a sin, and lying to a cute girl like me is the biggest sin of all. Ah, now that interesting of way of looking at things. Is lying become more grievous than an offense to cuter the person being lied to is. I haven't heard that one before. I'll be off now, then. Stay safe, darling. I will. See you later. Of course, it's not like you're going to go anywhere. I'll be back before you know it. Was Nagi bends to put on her shoes. Her hair falls over her shoulder in the process, bruising her cheek. With her shoes on, she then stands, her pale, slender finger curling around the door handle. Then a shift, then the lock clicks and Nagi steps out into the hallway. The sound of the closing front door echoes through my apartment, slow and dull, like an audible piece of punctuation. Now that she gone, I feel. Oke, ini cukup bagus. Kenapa? Karena kita main lagi di sini. Betul kita bisa bisa tambah lagi gak sih save-nya ini? A little lonely. What I feel very dull and rough without Nagi to break things up. It's a bit chilly too. I guess I gotten used to having Nagi around. The comedy was nice enough, for the most part, but I still don't have any more of her. That being the case, I cannot really trust her, so I do now. So I sit here in bed like a good little boy waiting for an inevitable return from the shop, or would I better serve to try and stage an escape? I think after giving it a bit of thought, I'd be better off staying here after all. Why should I bother leaving, really, when I have Nagi? I'm starting to doubt whether she really is my girlfriend. Why would anybody be interested in me? But she doesn't seem to have any doubt on the subject. She seems very convinced that she is my girlfriend, and who am to tell her otherwise? First, I will stay here, and I don't want to hurt her. What will be the point in there? Doesn't matter if this is dream. Nagi has been far kinder to me than any real girls I know. I only know her day, but she given me so much love, and I did drowning in it. I'm sinking, but I'm not yet at the bottom of this machine. Perhaps there's no bottom. Perhaps love has no limits. Oh no, I have never been loved before. But I think I want to try. I want to know what it feels like to be adored, so I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm going to stay right here. Nagi will return to ENDORSE with her offer something, just like she promised she would. And then she set about making dinner. I'm sure, based on her rice porridge, that it'd be something simple and nutritious. Perhaps some sort of cream-based stew? Instead of Nagi cooking will fill the kitchen, blotting out the flame, and laying most of wool mold that's been irritating my restless throat today. Then she called me into the kitchen and we eat together at the table. We talked to one another about nothing in particular, but our spoons scraped against our bowls in a discordant symphony. Perhaps I get some food on my lower lip. Perhaps Nagi will look at me, talk not unkindly, not like my classmates did back in school, and wipe it away for me. Perhaps she kissed it away. I'm sure she would if I asked. I'm sure she'd do anything for me. She loved me after all, and I love her. She's too perfect not to. I don't know what's happiness is really. But if I stay with Nagi, I'm sure I'll be able to figure it out. Okay, so Relish. Nagi obsessed, I find that I can finally breathe again. A company I found myself forever holding my breath, second guessing her every remark or movement without being aware that this was what I was doing. Sweet though she might be, I didn't feel comfortable around her. I think there is more to her than what she letting on, but I don't know what that might be. She may call herself my girlfriend, but how can that be? I can't remember spending any time with her before, and regardless of how sick I might be, it seems unlikely that my fever will be strong enough to completely obliterate all of my memories. The things you say are mapping into the things I know. And no idea how she got into my apartment. Otherwise, she seems to know so much about me, but I don't know if I can trust her. I don't know if I can take that risk. I don't think I want to spend more time with her. Wait until I do. Okay, so I don't there's anything special about me when I walk and what. As long when I half asleep. Maggie must have some sort of agenda here. Or that, or she easy to please. I don't know which is worse. Okay, not really. She's just my girlfriend, but I don't recognize her. Right now, she could be member of a cult. Could this all be a ploy to brainwash me? It's unlikely, but where are you going to eat a human? Look almost as pale as the porridge. I don't know of an assessment that is. I can see my own reflection, so I can confront or deny. I'll be surprised if it is true, though. It looks pretty rotten. I don't know what to make of Nagi hospitality or of Nagi herself. No matter, but perhaps I'd be better off going along with what she wants. I don't want to upset her. What do I even have to be suspicious of anyway? Am I afraid that Nagi might have sneaked a razor blade into my mouth and my food? That would be ridiculous. I don't think it clearly. Ayumu, don't you like the Ayumu? Do you like porridge? No, it's really looks really good. I'm sure it'd be delicious. Are you going to eat it then? It go cold if you keep dilling, silly. Right, try a bit of it. Thank you, Minagi. Yes, it's very popular in my dream. No matter what Nagi says, I don't think Crimson Fantasy has ever been very popular. We'll soon endless horse into the story, but I don't think it's ever caught on. A few canonical comment on the story in the beginning saying it seemed promising, but even this regular drop off fast that 10 couple or so. I heard my story, but the public is at large didn't seem to care very much about it, if at all. It was much harder to get any meaningful attention than even a cynic like myself had imagined. I was nobody, really. She at least was always there for me. Okay, so ini yang okay, sure, yes. Akiko used to press conservatives a lot, but her press one wasn't wholly devoid of constructive criticism. She would always tell me when certain story element didn't come together. She complimented my work on the character just like Nagi did, but she thought the drama I introduced in chapter 34 with okay. In fact, I don't think Nagiko ever much like the inclusion of harmony in Crimson Fantasia. She said her relationship with her sister took the most attention away from her bonding romance with Haru. As much as Nagiko liked Crimson Fantasia, she never called me genius either. Not that Nagi just did. I'm certain of that much at least. By mentioning that, I started to hurt again. I don't know what to think, but I do know. It's my misgiving. Something isn't quite right about this. The smell looks all of a sudden disconcertingly inorganic. Terrible may begin to hum a stop full of 1,000 wingily buzzing insects. Another seems to shift to work and then ayumu. Okay, so gua rasa, sorry Pon. Okay, so Kayaknya sih gue udah ini ya. Enggak, gue masih penasaran sih. Coba kita dari ulang. Return. Oke, kita dari ulang lagi. Gue masih penasaran nih nelpon gue itu siapa loh. Apa kita lagi koma atau memang kita diculik sama si Nagi? Sebenarnya sih gue gak masalah sih. Kalau gue diculik sama Nagi gitu. Karena hey siapa sih? Dia kan maksud gue dia ngurus gua gitu kan ya. Tell her you don't remember. I'm sorry, but even if you're my girlfriend, I don't remember you at all. Are we really a couple? Well, of course we are. Nagi glowers at me. It's got an unnerving expression actually, which makes me tremble. Why does she look so angry? I'm not being upset, but oh, lie about this, are you? Don't you think I'm a liar? No, I guess not, but well, good. That makes me silly question. Oh, lihat matanya tuh. It's quite hurtful, really, being told by your own boyfriend that he doesn't remember you. If you weren't as sick as you are, I would be upset. It's to be expected, I guess, that you'll be a little confused given you have such a high fever. I guess I can let you off the hook, for now at least. Okay, is this safe to eat? Kita coba unisnya kita naikin aja. Ya, unisnya kita naikin aja. Mungkin ada perubahan. Oh, oke. Ini nih yang berubah nih di sini nih. Oke, di sini berubah, di sini berubah, di sini berubah. Oke, oke. Berarti kita keluar, kita keluar. Kita kabur, kita kabur. I turned my option over in my head for a few moments before. Officially, I came to the conclusion. I'm going to have to leave. Something strange is going on here. The persistent static of my television to the crying voice which cut to me and to the phone. I want to figure out what it is. I'm not going to make any headway on that if I do. Everything like exploding of me. She makes herself my nurse, but she's starting to feel illy like a prison warden. That being the case, I have no choice but to take a chill break. I throw my covers back. I feel a little damp. I think I must have sweat over them, gross, and haul myself to my feet. My leg feel weak, but I don't. To my relief, collapsed beneath me. It is about strong enough that I can support myself, strong enough to buoy me from my bedside and over to the kitchen. I pushed the door open, which cleaved to my toes with a creak, and stepped inside. The moment I crossed the threshold of my kitchen river, pain pressed my temple and I doubled in on myself. My finger flew to my forehead and I groaned. What? Vision began to blur. I blinked. I'm not going to pass out, am I? Is my fever really that bad? For a few moments, I see. But I think I see at least. That my kitchen ought to be. I see sink like with dirty pots and dishes, some of which are cracked. Countertop are covered with crumpled empty soda, bottle, and aluminum cans. The floor is covered in rubbish, so much so I can scarcely see the fake wooden boards beneath it. Flames hum in the air, suspending a silvery wings which beat back and forth. There are flies in the sink. There are flies in the dusty bin which is overflowing. Another lands on my forearm and I cry in alarm. I slap at the fly, but it fights me. Goes off, its wings beating back and forth with a droning hum. A drop pen drops in my arm, where I slap myself and in my palm. So I must have used more force than I realized. I blink and then the water reverted back to the way it was before. The countertops are clean. Oh, bener ini. Kayaknya sih gue antara koma atau skizo kan. Nagi mungkin sebenarnya nggak pernah ada kali. Everything is specifically tidy. Cups and cups and dishes are stored away inside their respective cupboards. Exchange of all the respectable again. The sort of kitchen not even the meanest petties of landlords could find fault with. It's a tidy kitchen, supposedly, but it isn't my kitchen. Isn't what I remember. None of this is. The world is wrapping around me. Why does my heart hurt so much? I staggered through the kitchen on uneasy feet, half expecting to step on crumbled pet bottles and stream packets from convenience store food and head towards the sink. My fingers, which are white and shaking, grip the edge of the sink for support. To focus eyes, I look down. Saw the dirty crockery, but expectations are once again betrayed. The sink is more or less empty. Apart from the knife Nagi was ill. Seemed I have forgotten it. That was awfully clumsy of her. I eyed the knife with some trepidation. I can see my own face reflect in its slippery surface. It almost seemed to be goading me to the taking it. Maybe I have to bring it with me just in case. Just in case what? I don't know. I've reached on nerve. However, a bit of protection will go a long way. The knife is quite long. There's no way I'll be able to hide it on me. Maybe there's a be more conspicuous weapon somewhere that skulls the kitchen. My desk are here and there until eventually I spot a pair of scissors. The scissors that are used for cutting meat. Slowly, neatly in circular pot full of similar utensils, wooden spoons, tongs, and the like. Scissors are smaller than the knife. It will be easier to hide. I think they probably fit inside my pocket, or if push come to shove, inside the waistband of my trousers. That's what I do. Something better of going on others empty-handed. I want to risk upsetting Nagi, so she's in a weapon. In any case, I can think of a way and make neat one. Why would Nagi want to hurt me? She's supposed to be my girlfriend. If I see her, I like to think I'll be able to talk things through with her. What will I do with a pair of scissors anyway? It's less a knife. I'm not a violent person. I'm a fan of the set of love. This is made. I turn on my heels, then approach the front door. Bukan I kunci ya? Tapi lock. Maksud anything in my attempt to escape easy. To my surprise, the hand twist isn't enough beneath my finger. The lock locks, and the door, rather anticlimactic, open inwards. I sighed, expelling a warm, feverish breath into the cool air. It's quite the surprise, but I'm not sure if it was fully pleasant. If the door has refused to burst, it would have given me an excuse to give up on my attempt to escape. Or have to take my future into my own hands. It's just like what I'm tempting though, actually, surrounding myself to the fourth hands of my sweet doting girlfriend. But now I can let myself think like that. The door is open, despite all the odds. It must be a sign of something, surely. I may say so steady here. It's time to face reality. Oh, what the hell? This creepy as hell. Let this really through my mind as I stand there in the threshold of my door, looking out into the hall. All is dark, except for the strip lighting on the ceiling. The light flicker aimlessly on and off. I can't see any windows. I don't know what the outside looks like. It's one long, endless hallway, pitch wall and front floor. Fluorescent light. Lights are too bright. My eyes are starting to burn. My hands hurts too. The drink will be much easier, but I know. If I did that, I would never be able to forgive myself. I squeeze my eyes shut and attempt to steady myself. I inhale. Then I step into the hallway. The door of my apartment swings shut behind me with a dull thud. That seems almost a pokery bell. There'll be no turning back now. I go down the hallway slowly, softly, my footsteps sigh and softly. I grimly aware with every step I take that Nagi may return my test me right out sounds. I look around anxiously as I walk. Look past me, door after door, but they're all shut. The handless afflicts the to these doors look oddly sinister in the dark, the lights which keep flickering on and off. They protrude from the smooth, wooden surface of the doors like something familiar. Layers of these door handles, dozens and dozens of them, stretching on for infinity and it shivers. I feel like the hallway is choking me. I have the stairs! I'm just going to escape! Maybe I was too full to disobey Nagi. I shouldn't have ignored her. She told me to stay inside for a reason. I started to think that maybe this was the reason. She told me to not to leave because I can't leave. It's an option. I want to turn back, but I don't. Instead, I'm going to walk. I walk until the back of my feet rub against my shoe, and it started to hurt. My heart is hammering in my chest. I can hear it reverberating inside my skull. It doesn't stop me from moving. I keep on walking. Still rubbing against my shoes. It still hurts. My heart is hammering in my chest. I can hear it reverberating inside my skull. It doesn't stop me from moving. I continue to walk. Gila diulang-ulang terus. Haris was seemed to be been in the hallway. Something different at long last. I must be making progress. I hurry onwards, hoping to find the stairs to find a lift. There's something to help me escape from this nightmare. The nightmares may attempt to of escape pursuit out. I suppose I should have expected. I think part of eating. Which is waiting for me. Mampus dah lo. Sissy. She's come to greet me. Her eyes are cold and hard, like piston pressed into her skin. Her lips are upwards into a line which betrays with even the slightest flickers of emotion. In one hand, she holding a shopping basket, a cheap plastic thing from the white shape out of green onion float roots. It's just cliche, I could laugh. Nagi, I inhale. What are you? What are you doing here might be a more awkward question, but be honest one. Know what she's doing here. She come to stop me from leaving. As for what her motive are, like, you have to ask. Nagi's voice when it comes is every bit as cold and hard as her expression devoid of the cherry lil to which I grown so accustomed. I'm a profanity. I don't feel more than anybody else in the whole world, but right now I think I hate you more than anybody else in the whole world too. Nagi delivers this without any emotion whatsoever. Her love and her hate are both this passionate. She might as well be talking about the weather. You shouldn't be out here. I told you not to leave. I made you promise. You said you would stay put. Why didn't you? Do you want to upset me? No, that isn't. Then what is it? There was any particular reason. Really, I just wanted some fresh air. An excuse, of course, than the obvious one at that. It's almost laughable, in fact, given how dark and featureless this hallway is. Totally devoid of windows. It's a place that seems sealed off from the outside world. There is no fresh air to be had here, so I shut up and stagnant. What a fool I am. Nagi takes a step forwards. I receive over her shoulder. Her bore into mine as what she says. I don't believe you. Nagi, please. I think you're lying to me, and there's one thing I simply can't forgive. You upset me again. You've been a very, very bad boy, and that boys deserve to be punished. Nagi, wait. Can we talk about this? I cried at Nagi, but to little avail, I don't think she was listening to me anymore, if she ever was. Did she ever care what I went through? Nagi faces much like her eyes are blank and staring, took us out in her white, featureless face. Her grips the carrier bag slackens. The bag hits the floor with a dull, almost anticlimactic tone, and then she stepped forward towards me. You promised me you won't leave Ayun. You promised. How could you lie to a kid like me? Who called you? Nagi. I said her name, but it feels like pointless kiss too. I don't think she can be reasoned with. This course was never an option. I have no choice really but to run. I don't know what it is exactly that Nagi means to do to me, but I don't want to stay and fan out. With desperate catch, I turned on my heels, almost stumbling in the process. Nagi is in moving very quickly, but she almost upon me already. How is it possible? Everything seemed to be possible here. Reality is contrasting about itself, is compressing. My world is shrinking. My world is this apartment, and the apartment is under Nagi control. So does that make Nagi the world? What am I then? Can I really escape from her? I don't know, but I have to try. I run from halfway after halfway, anything between my ribs all the while. The walls around me are moving, they're melting. The vapor flakes off in strips around me. I stop, the abdomen is peeling itself like a giant apple. Black fixture above my brain. The gate gutter, the world is flung into darkness before limiting itself brightly, I blink, my spot bursts in front of my vision like foam. The hallway is undulating. The wall is pulsating, itching so much with every single step. I feel dizzy, it's hard to maintain my balance, especially with Nagi pushing me. Is she gaining on me? I swear I can feel blood up on the back of my neck, but I know I can stop to check. I can't turn around. I just look big hallways and blue hallways, carries. Orange hallway, hallways and hex selling hallways. Oke, bisa gak? Gua nggak perlu baca ini, lu nggak perlu jelasin karena gue bisa ngeliat gambarnya. Kecuali kalau si Nagi ngomong baru gue baca. In my own heart beating. Sven sound in the background like running water. Flies? The kitchen was full of them. Even about the black rubbish big with slice, decaying upon the floor. I don't bother to throw the bags away. I didn't try to get rid of the flies. I feel like spoils in therefore. I entered them instead. I've been doing a lot recently, but Pekal, I can't keep doing that. I need to escape. I have no idea how long I've been running. It's always seemed to stress on forever. I can't make any sense of it back. My mind seems to have shrunken during my display back to the size of walnut. I can't fit any thought into my head. They're leaking, coming on that. Still, I continues to pursue me. Don't think she ever stopped. Just a matter of how I run. She find me again. But won't she? She's my girlfriend, I thought. She loves me. But why? It's with a question in mind that I feel escape from the maze of hallway which trapped me among them. It's a flight of stairs, the soul of my soul slapping against every step. I mentioned the large empty space with the beach walls and carpeted floor. I connect this room. It's the entrance of my apartment building. I need only approach those glass doors at the end and I'll be able to escape. This is my plan at least. But my jubilation soon runs dry when I approach the exit. The doors are glass and so therefore be transparent, but I can't see anything beyond them. I can see the street. I can see the road. I can even see the sky. Where did the rest of the world go? I press the doors. They ought to be automatic, but they don't move. Instead, there remains stubborn leaf. Well, shit. So much for that plan. Hey, you move. I can hear Nagi footsteps behind me. Ascending the stairs, her pace is slow as ever, and unhurried. But I know why she didn't bother running. She knew I wouldn't be able to escape from her. She knew there was nowhere for me to go. What do you think you're doing? Did I tell you it was pointless? I I opened my mouth, but I can't say much more than that. My saliva tastes like ashes on my tongue. My stomach churns. You don't need to reply to me. Don't bother. I don't want to hear more of your lies. Maggie continues to advance on me. Her arms swinging limply beside me. It hurts me, when you run away from me like this. Can you understand that? Maggie footsteps have a lesson forgiving. Silence. I stopped playing sleeping. Come back upstairs with me and let me put you to bed. I'm pretty hoping to again. Anyway, they're coming, don't you? Didn't you give up on the acid lot already? You must have, otherwise, you never would have been able to meet me. Something about what Nagi just says like a chord within me. I feel like I've been drifting ever since I woke up, but something has clicked into place. I can't remember what happened. First, this was the pain when it hit me. It was intense so much so I feel like vomiting. For a while, pain was all I knew. It was all my body was. It was all the squeal of tears on tarmac and the pitter-patter of rain whistled on the damn glossy road. The smell of oil in the air, and prismatic colors reflect in the puddles scattered about me. There was blood too, and a full lot of it. I didn't know I had quite so much blood inside me. My temple was cut, my body was crumpled, and I could hardly breathe. I didn't want to breathe. People around me were shouting, screaming. Pedestrians clustered about me, stepping through puddles, splashing acid droplets of water about in their way. Somebody probably called an ambulance, and I remember that too. It's where everything started to get hazy. My consciousness began to unravel. Then I passed out. When I finally woke up, or days, or week, or month, or centuries later, I was here, in the facsimile of my apartment with Nagi sitting next to me. She said she was my girlfriend. I doubt that though. I never had a girlfriend before, and now I never get a chance. I was hit by a car. I should be dead. What's going on? You could handle the real world, Ayumi. It was too much for you. There's a lot of pressure on you to perform, from your parents, and from your professors, and from yourself, and it all became too much. You're leaking, so you got scared. You were afraid you would break, so you decided to run away from it all. No. Yes, you did. You know you did. You know what you are. Maggie takes another step forward, until her nose is almost bruising mine. She reaches out. You're a coward. Then her white, slender fingers seize my neck. Reality destroys the moment she touched me. Static hum is at my skull. My head feels like it's going to split apart. My body's shape of all energy is to one side. My head hits carpet floor with a thud, just like it did on the roadside, and starts to explode behind my eyelids. I blink. I don't know how much time has passed, but when I finally come to, Nagi is sitting on the top of me. Oh, kita, if you know what I mean, spinning me in place against a threadbare carpet. Her tight cinching on my body, in place upon the floor. The fingers of both her hands are wound about my throat, and her eyes are trained upon mine. Screenshot ah. Grab she has on my neck is painful. That thing, this soulless empty look in those white, tunnel-like eyes, offers even more so. I can walk away from her. I can escape from her. She has me immobilized so effectively. She might as well have driven nails into my palms. Just give it up, Ayumi. Nagi speaks calmly, despite the violence of her actions. She sounds hollow, empty. People like you can survive in the real world. You were made for it. You're too sensitive. Every failure felt like a knife to your throat, and every single setback made you want to cry. Nagi fingernail bit into my skin. It hurts. You keep picking yourself up as best you could, but eventually enough was enough. You're weak, like I said, so your enough came before most people would. You couldn't keep going. Nagi eyes are so big, I feel like I could drown in them. There is no saving that. You already recognize your limitation is why you did what you did. I don't need to tell you about your failures. You know about them already. Nagi. Nagi long fair hair is brushing my cheek. It tickles. Why are you doing this? You should know that already. My answer is the same as it was me. I'm doing this for your sake. Mine? Yes, yours. I think you'll be happier this way. And deep down, I know that you think the same. Otherwise, you never would have stepped out into that busy road. Isn't this what you wanted? Is it what I wanted? I don't know. I don't remember. I don't think I want to remember. I took her a brewer, but I guess would have just left something in my memory. She said I walked into the room. It can have been accident. Then It was something I did on purpose, and it is something happy. Just a person does. I haven't been happy or well adjusting a long time. I was trying to forget about that. I wanted to forget about it, but it's all coming back to me. I can remember what I did. I remember who I am. I am Sato Ayumu, a second year student at small, relatively unimpressive university in Tokyo. I've always been quiet, so I never been very good at making friends. I didn't have any friends, in fact, at university. My first year was lonely, but I still attend my lecture. I still get my essays done and I complete my end of year exams. I did what they expect of me. And when my parents called me, which they often did, they checked up on me. I told them everything was fine. I said I've been having fun, but that was a lie. I was tired and stressed and overwhelmed more often than not, and I was sad with it, because everybody else seemed to be enjoying themselves, but I wasn't. I didn't know how to enjoy myself. It was partly way into my second year then I gave up on everything. Going to my life to stop feeling like what well and I felt. It didn't make me happy. I don't think anything could have cheered me up beyond human interaction. That was impossible. I was too up. I don't know what to do, so I retreated in on myself. I shut myself away inside my apartment because that was easier than going outdoors. It was easier than making an effort to cheat. I didn't take out the rubbish, so it overflowed. I didn't clean up my apartment, so it started to stink. I opened the windows during the summer, and it was so hot and muggy. I felt like I was melting simply lying down in my bed, but that let the flies in. I rarely brushed my teeth, barely showered, and hardly ever changed my clothes. There wasn't anything I wanted to do, so I didn't do anything. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't speak to anybody. Just lying in bed for days on end, scrolling through the internet on my phone or on my laptop, and reading through some of favorite like novel series. I had a plans. I have no planned obligation or responsibilities. The absence of external stimuli should have cheered me up, and for a few days it did. The note of anxiety which had been my near constant companion through my time at university began to glisten. Finally, it felt for the first time in a long time while I could breathe. But the air, when I breathed in it, stank on rancid food and my own unwashed body. My eyes began to sting and my head pounded. I got headache all the time back then. Maybe it was because of the smell. It was putrid. I was surprised the people living in the apartment across the hall didn't complain about me. In time, my abundance of time began to feel more like a curse than a blessing. There were too many hours in the day I didn't know how to fill them. With lectures or essays to worry about. I had no idea what I was supposed to do with myself. Until I reread Tsuchimi Rui F. Forest. That was when I hit upon the idea of writing a story of my own. Story set of fantasy universe being some similar to a forest, but of my own devising. I had to idea for Crimson Fantasia for a while. I thought with the idea of writing it, but I always managed to talk myself out of it. I thought it'd be a repeat of my time spending trying to blend in with everybody else at the university that my best effort would all be in vain. Nobody cared about me during the day to day in the real world. Why would anybody care about my stories either? It seems pointless, but I had so much time I had to do something with it. I suppose that's why I started to write Crimson Fantasia. I didn't have anything better to do. I wrote like a mind possessed, and I soon realized, once I began, that writing was a pretty fun way to while away 2 hours. It made the days pass by more quickly, and it gave me a real sense of purpose. I hammered out most the detail about Crimson Fantasy's plot and character already, so I didn't hit any major stumbling blocks. I didn't have to scramble to think up ideas, and I didn't have to sit there, agonizing while I wonder where the story should go. I didn't know most of that. I just need to get the story out of my head onto my laptop in a format that other people could experience. I want other people to experience Crimson Fantasia too. I put enough effort into it, so much so keeping to myself would seem like a waste. I proposed this old blog I had executed back during high school into a place to upload Crimson Fantasia. I upload my story chapter by chapter, sometimes uploading pretty fresh weekly, and I waited my breath bed to see what sort of response I get. I was expecting miracle, of course. I don't generally think, despite my daydreams, that Crimson Fantasy would attain the same level of critical and commercial success as Alphorus. Who was in comparison to Suchi Mirui? Nobody, really. I was just a university dropout with an overactive imagination. I told myself when I first began to share Crimson Fantasy that I'd be happy if only one or two people read it. I didn't ever need to leave any comment. I just wanted to know that my story was out there in the world, that a few people know it exists and like it. That would legitimize my efforts. I proved that writing it wasn't a waste of time after all. My desires were fairly humble, so I thought, and within the first few days of posting Crimson Fantasia's first chapter to my own blog, they were actually exceeded. Crimson Fantasia first chapter was viewed 42 times and received comment, 3 of them, in fact. I can remember 2 of these 3 comments, but I remember the third. I never forget it. That was the first comment I ever received from Nagiko. Feedback, I always thought of Nagiko as a girl. It was far more in depth than the other 2 commenters had left. She typed up several paragraphs exploring her feelings toward the story, its setting, and its characters. She praised the oppressive atmosphere of the story and how much detail had gone into when rendering Haru's personality. Nagiko said she thought Haru was pitiable of character, but she found him compelling. She promised me she will be waiting for the future chapter eagerly, because she couldn't wait to see how Haru would develop. She wanted him to use his second lease of life to become strong, and she wanted him to be happy too. Naturally, I was glad that my story had promises emotional response from one of the readers, and so I linked one out there. I thought about the review for this afterward, and never it crossed my mind as well. It was Nagiko's early support that encouraged me to keep working on Crimson Fantasia. I reworked the earlier chapter, which I had yet to publish, polishing onto this show. I began to make some changes too. The latter chapters to place more focus back on Haru's struggle as he travels the world of Grimoire. Regularly, Anagi comment on all of them. Sometimes it took her a day or two to leave me a mini review, but she always did it. She was reliable as clockwork. She gave me regular feedback for months on end, 2 months on end. In fact, during which I uploaded almost 50 chapters of my sprawling magnum opus. I didn't do anything during these months, beyond writing Crimson Fantasia. I wrote followed by Nagiko praise. But this idyllic period didn't last forever. Things never do. It was on chapter 53 of Crimson Fantasia that Nagiko stopped leaving feedback. One day passed, then 2, then 3, and still Nagiko said nothing about the news chapter. But I tried to tell myself, things happen, maybe she's busy. I didn't know a thing about Nagiko's life, but I know she did have one beyond Crimson Fantasia. She could have been working night shift. She could have been studying for exams. She could have been on holiday. I told myself to be patient and wait. A week passed. 2 weeks passed. Eventually a month passed, but Nagiko still did not leave a comment on chapter 53 of Crimson Fantasia. I would written more chapters in the interim and published them, but Nagiko did not give me feedback on any of these either. Neither did anybody else. I have put a huge amount of effort into rendering the world of Crimson Fantasia, but nobody seemed to care, not even Nagiko. For 3 months of my life, I'd done nothing but work on Crimson Fantasia, and to what end? It hadn't been forgotten about. Nagiko had stopped caring about Grimoire, and about Haru, and about his adventure. She, who had been most ardent, steadfast supporter, drifted away from my work and from me. And I think the realization is what broke me. I stopped caring about my character. I stopped caring about my story. I stopped caring about myself too, which is probably why I did it. I stepped out into the middle of the road, just like Haru in the first chapter of Crimson Fantasia. And I saw like Haru. It was not a mistake. My actions were cold and calculated. I probably caused the driver of the car who hit me onto trauma, but I didn't care about him. I was only thinking about myself. I just wanted to escape. I wanted. You wanted to be happy, right? But you can't forget about that. You never be happy world. People are thoughtless and selfish. They only ever think about themselves. They don't have hard life as for you. And if they did, they won't care. Nagiko didn't care, but I do. I'm better than she is. That's why you should stay here. Nagi's finger grips in my throat tightly enough to burn. Her hair is, by contrast, very soft like lover's embrace. She said that she loved me, but I still have my doubts. What is that love based on? After all, you're not Nagiko then. I'm not, no. You never did pluck up the courage to speak to her. Talk you really wanted to. You did fantasize about it a lot though. You wanted to talk to her, didn't you? You wanted her to be pretty homey girl, who will support you, not just with your writing, but with the rest of your life. You wanted her to cook for you and to clean for you. Maksud gua, itu impian semua laki-laki kan? You didn't want her to leave you. You thought with every message that she sent you, that she'll make one day fall in love with you. And that's why you create me. Aren't I your ideal woman? Isn't this what you want? I I open my mouth, perhaps meaning to counter, but Nagi interrupts me. Don't try to argue with me, please. It's a waste of your breath, and that is precious resource you can really afford to waste. I know what it is you want. I know everything that you think. You can lie to everybody else, but you can lie to me. What then? That means I said at Nagi with such intensity. My eyes threaten to escape their sockets. I can see my own face, which is probably is a blessing, but I won't be surprised if my skin is beginning to turn blue. It's hard to breathe, but I still try. I need to know before I succumb to Nagi aggressive affection what exactly she is. Is any of this real? That depends on your definition of the word. I'm sure it's real enough at the moment, but the judgment might not be the best. You did lose a lot of blood. Your talk must be all jumbled. I'm sure this has all been very confusing for you ever since you woke up. I know this word isn't quite the same as the one you were used to. My finger as the wrap around my throat. She isn't relented at all. If anything, I think she might be squeezing me even harder. Is she trying to prove her love to me? If so, her love is pretty intense. But if this is a dream, why fight against it? Reality is not good. That's why you start writing stories. You couldn't cope with the world, so you had to retreat into your own. You can't control your own life, but you could control the life of your character. You never had to feel anxious or unsure when you were writing because it was unpredictable. You planned everything out. You were content with that for a while, but in the end, you got greedy. You wanted more than a minute of happiness. You wanted somebody to love you. You tried to endure your loneliness as best you could, but everybody has breaking point. You couldn't keep going. Please make it stop. So you tried to put an end to it. It hurt too much. You tried, and keep enduring this, but you failed. You had a mess of things. Just let them make a mess of everything. Nagi, please. But that's alright. I still love you, no matter how much you screw up. I love you no matter how pathetic and pitiful you are. I love you while you're still clinging to life, and I love you even after you die. I always love you, Ayumi, like nobody else can. I don't have any choice in the matter. I was born to be in love with you. It hurts so much. I thought I did that once, so why? So why don't you let me do that? Stay with me, Ayumi. I take good care of you. Nothing will ever hurt you again. All you need to do is obey me. Don't fight me. You don't want to break my heart, do you? Nagi. My vision begins to blur. I can breathe. It hurts. But Nagi said she was going to take care of me. If I agreed to stay with her, will she let go of me? Will she make the pain go away? I don't want to hurt anymore. I'm tired of hurting. I've been hurting for such a long time and nobody noticed. Nobody cared. Nobody but Nagi. It's not like I can fight her off anyway, even if I wanted to. There's nothing I can do but surrender. Nothing I can say except, alright, I won't try to escape again. I promise. How are you? Nagi sighed at this, almost breathlessly. I felt as feeling as he speak with emotion. Does that mean you're going to stay with me? Yes, that's right. I'll stay with you. Forever? If you want, I will be by your side. I promise. How are you? Nagi best down. She stood straddling me, her legs either side of my chest, and her fingers still wound about my throat. Now, however, her attempts to relaxation seems almost like a gesture of affection. I felt her caught against my cheek. It burst my skin. Lips burst as softly she says, I'm so happy to hear you say that. I take really good care of you, so please don't worry. You never have to feel like a failure ever again. I never make you feel scared or sad. Pour everything into me. Like his finger tightened around my throat, and let it all go. The water is running, like it's being filled through a dam, with a window and pain. My head is aching. My body hurts, but I can forget that when I'm with Naki. She sits atop me. She leans in, even more closely, her lips burst. Then she kisses me. Her lips impress themselves upon mine, even gentler than falling snow, as her finger continued to form a ring about my neck. My lips began to fall shut bit by bit, and with one last sigh, I finally surrendered myself to Nagi. I let her love consume me. My mind seems to enlarge its expanse, then collapse. My body gives one last pitiful jerk. Ayumu, God Ayumu, and then everything goes black. Oke, so Ayumu di sini mati gua rasa. So, kita coba ambil sesuatu. Take a scissor. I should be able to consult them fairly easily, and the blade so sharp enough. This will come to serve to defend myself, but it never hurts me to be prepared. I'm just talking prepared as like an enemy. That doesn't mean to do scissor though. How that I don't have to. Ya udah. Itu kali gue bawa gunting. I can abandon her, can I? Fight Nagi. Give the Nagi demands will be the easy option, but I don't think it's the right option. I've been doing what easy for the last few months, and it still made me happy. If nothing is only succeed to me, to make me feel even more miserable. I thought it would be better if I keep my away from people, but I'm starting to doubt that. I don't want to stay indoor anymore, hiding from the world. I don't want to run away from reality. I thought I was ready to throw my life away. I was wrong. I don't want to die. I don't want to disappear. There's still a lot I want to do. To tell my parents how much I appreciate them. I want to dry my mother tears. I want to write more words too, even if nobody there to read them. Not even Makiko. She may have lost interest in Crimson Fantasia, but I haven't. I don't want to betray my dreams. I don't want to betray my characters. I have to keep struggling just like Haru. And in this dog, which spurs me to take an action quite unlike any Haru would ever take. He's gentleman, so he would never hurt a girl, but I have such compassion with Nagi, not with her fingers wound around my throat. If she's not going to play nice, I won't either. It's not like it matters that much anyway. Nagi isn't real. I met her up. She's construct, just like Haru and Eris and Harmonia, and I put them through a lot worse. I made them suffer horribly for the sake of Crimson Fantasy story. I can do the same thing with Nagi. I won't let her stop me. My finger creeps to my pocket where my scissor is stashed. Okay, and then Aimu, what are you? I strike. I pull the scissor from my pocket as quickly as I'm able to. I will turn to stem upwards. Splung into Nagi's cheek and like a banshee she shrieks. Nagi stumbled back and hand collapsed over her face. We shoulder actively okay, focusing on it. Sticky blood is seeping between her split finger. Rips against the carpet floor like falling rain. Drip, drip, drip. My finger is slack with the stuff. It may as well be strawberry jam. Her face over is ghostly white, simple as flour. Her chest rises and falls erratically beneath her blouse. She goes at me and says, "You regret this, Ayumu. Who called you?" I did what I have to do. I was remarkably calm, despite the adrenaline that coursing through my body. I wipe my sister down and my son, then get to my feet. I look down at Nagi, who slumped at the ground, still breathing and say, "Don't act like you won't have done the same to me. You were trying to choke me. I was trying to help you." "Yes, I know. That's what you thought. Staying here isn't helpful. Never get anything done like this. You hypocrite. You're the one who shut yourself away here in the first place. This was what you wanted. I wanted to make your dream come true. Everything I did for your sake. Is how you repay me? How could you?" Horribly heartless, I know, but actually I don't think I owe you ever anything I mean. You're not really my girlfriend, are you? You just went to my crane. Nagi might have taken on the form of cute girl, but she's nothing more than a shadow. She my shadow. Sorry, I know you mean well, but this... Look around the bottom foyer at the flickering lights and the flex exit sign. This isn't what I want anymore. I might have given up on my goal. Maybe Susan never my stories. But the real Nagiko is still out there. She told me she wanted to read the rest of Crimson Fantasia, so I can disappoint her. I want to give it a satisfying conclusion for her sake. She doesn't care about you, Ayumu. Not like I do. She abandoned you. Maybe she did. It's alright. I don't need her approval to keep writing. I don't need anybody's approval. I still want to keep going. I want to finish what I start. At the very least, and that means I can let things end here. So you're going to go back. You're going to subject yourself to being alone and to being miserable, or what you can stand to finish off some stupid story nobody else care about. Yeah, I guess I am. I guess it's a little silly when you press it like that. But it's not true, you know. Nobody cares about Crimson Fantasia. Nagika doesn't. Maybe she doesn't. I do, though. I'm not so jaded that I give up, even if you have. I wanted to see how my story ends. It will be a waste not to. I let my sister drop to the floor. Let's go. I don't often leave my apartment. This is why I found myself trapped here, in my half-formed, embryonic dreamland. I came over the last few months to associate my apartment with safety. Nobody ever come to visit me and nobody called me, apart from my parents and I found out then that was spraying me. I didn't have to answer to nobody other than myself. I never held myself accountable for my action. I didn't want to. I could handle the outside world like Nagi, so Susan said, so I hid from it. By sitting in the same spot, moving I was, and sent running away. I'm tired of running now. I spent too long in this apartment already, in the real world. I don't want to be stuck here in my dream too. Not with Nagi, who's still breathing on the floor. Okay. Sometimes her blood looks black. Other times it looks black red. Her lips and eyebrows like princess from a fairy tale. She looked like she waiting up for a kiss. I know I haven't done to do grant her request and make me able to take all her pain away. I'm sure that she will forgive me for hurting her. She's no choice in that matter. I'm the one who brought her. She is my delusion. She's like Eris and Harmonia. She has ceased to love me. She's supposes a nice enough fantasy. I can say it is like the thought of being doted on by a pretty young girl like Nagi forever and ever. But will it really be satisfying? Love isn't real. It's daydream I could do without. It's finally time to wake up. Oh, oke. Itu cukup keren, serius. Kita nggak jadi itu true ending dan kita nggak ngelihat ini nih. Kita bisa buka game lagi apa enggak? Oke, dari ulang lagi. Mungkin si oke Nagi nggak ngomong sesuatu. Oke, mungkin Nagi ngomong sesuatu. Oke, no. So ya jadi benar kita lagi koma di sini. Koma dan ini adalah di dunia sesuatu yang oh oke itu cukup keren. So ya jadi itu dia true ending gua rasa. Dan kalau misalnya bilang cukup keren ya karena ini menceritakan tentang kayak dibayangkan kayak angel beast kan di tengah-tengah antara hidup dan mati gitu. Jadi lu koma dan kalau misalkan lu nyaman dengan pacar lu itu ya lu mati. Dan kalau misalnya lu lawan pacar lu itu lu bakal hidup lagi di dunia nyata gitu ngerti kan. Ya bisa dibilang gimana ya, kak gue sering dengar katanya kalau misalnya kita lagi koma ya, kenapa kita harus sering manggil-manggil namanya bangunin gitu, itu sengaja untuk manggil arwahnya gitu ngerti kan. Karena dalam koma itu yang gue dengar sih ya katanya dia ya bisa ketemu dengan keluarganya udah meninggal, entah ya neneknya atau ya siapa lagi tuh. Kalau misalnya dia ikut dengan orang yang meninggal tersebut, keluarganya yang meninggal itu tersebut misalnya kayak neneknya gitu ya, dia bakal meninggal. Tapi kalau misalkan dia nggak ikutin neneknya, dia bakal hidup lagi ke dunia nyata gitu. Jadi ya lumayan lah, cukup keren. Oke, kalau gitu sampai sini aja. Gue mainnya cukup lama dan udah jam setengah 4 loh. Oke, kalau gitu sampai sini aja. Kalau bisa like, subscribe, dan sampai jumpa lagi dengan gue Ricky di video selanjutnya. Goodbye.